Hello, welcome back to BBT. I'm your co-host Joseph, and I'm here with the other co-host.
Matt, hello. Welcome back to our second episode.
Yes, and I would like to say Happy International Day of Action Against Canadian Seal Slaughter for when this video comes out. It's a big holiday that we celebrate here over at BB.
Yeah,
Don't.
we
Yeah, it's
blurt that out. Blurt that out. I didn't mean to say where we're from. We'll remove that.
yeah. No, we're from somewhere, but I mean, we
It's
said
a
that in
very
the first
important day.
episode,
Well,
though.
we're from. Oh, are we? Okay, did we? Well, it's a very important holiday here. I think everyone celebrates it,
It is, because
or maybe not holiday. It's like an
no, it's a
international
holiday.
awareness day.
No,
Oh,
it's a
it's a holiday.
holiday.
We celebrate.
Yeah,
We celebrate the
taking
slaughter of.
candles for the slaughter
Oh
of
yeah,
Canadian seals.
taking candle
Yeah.
seals.
So this
What's known
episode,
and gotta be said. Okay, this episode. Sorry.
this episode, we decided to not try and do the double up like we did last time because we realized, we're just so introspective that we just have so much to say that one topic will probably be enough. So we chose, another little subreddit from our little question from AskReddit from user Licorice Queen 85. Thank you, Licorice Queen. Of what were you unreasonably afraid of growing up? And so I think just hop in, still no sponsors. I mean, anybody listening here wants to send Celsius or
Prime.
Crime this way, yeah, I'll push. I will push.
I love Jake Paul. Man. I'll do anything.
Oh, Prime! I thought you said
Yeah,
crime.
Prime.
I thought you
Crime.
said crime.
We don't want that here.
Yeah, we have syndicates funding our stuff,
Yeah.
so it's good.
Organized mob connections.
Okay, so
Okay.
going into the topic of what you were unreasonably afraid of growing up, start same thing as last. Matt, what were you unreasonably afraid of growing up?
Unreasonably. I guess there is a reason, but so like one time I was in the Dells, right?
Yeah.
It's a rocky area, and there's some like ponds and stuff in it. So I was walking around in this like kind of park area, and there's mossy rocks, and I was jumping to and from them after being explicitly told not to do so. Of course, I fall and I lose my footing on the moss, and I fall into the water. So one is moss. I don't like moss.
Do you not like moss now, or is
I don't
it?
like I don't like walking on moss. I don't like being because I feel like I'm gonna slip.
Well, yeah,
Same with-
isn't that the whole point? You're not supposed
Yeah.
to walk on moss.
Okay, but unreasonably, I guess I'm unreasonably more afraid of moss than you are. And then the second part is when I fell into that water. I'm sure it was like a fish, like just like a normal looking fish thing, but your eyes don't adjust completely when you open them in the water.
Oh.
And also, I was like 6, so I did see the Loch Ness monster inside the ground, inside the Dells
Okay.
pond.
Um,
I thought he was gonna eat
that's
me.
that actually leads in well to mine one of mine when I was younger is I could not swim in pools like at all. Like
Brother.
one time I was at this family friend's house and they had a pool and I was out by myself and
Yeah.
I was swimming around and I remember it clear as day. I looked down and like they had that tile flooring which makes it a little bit tough to see the bottom because it gets all shimmery. And I thought right now I was thinking, at any moment a monster could literally pop out of this enclosed pool and swallow me whole and they would never find me. They would never find me. And
I would always do like a 5 minute like patrol of the bottom of the pool to be like, yeah, no creature of the deep has spawned in
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, no
We're
cracks
still
or crevices that I haven't explored,
I
so
was I was the sentry, man. I kept it safe.
that's actually I think that seriously did fuel my fear of do you know what thalassophobia is? Like the fear of like
Yeah,
deep water?
like, deep, yeah.
Dude, I see some crazy stuff on TikTok. Like the song the yo ho.
Oh, those are funny, man. Those are crazy. My favorite ones of those, and feel free to remove this, but it's like they really were sailing around in this in the 16th century for slaves. They were bringing slaves over in the North Atlantic. And it's the crazy yo ho and like the huge 40-foot waves. They were determined.
their need to be just the worst humans of all time were so deeply ingrained that
Yeah,
they were like, we're
they
gonna,
needed to sell spice and they needed to sell people.
and those two things were enough
I,
to venture
yeah,
into the scariest, most
yeah, and the
unexplored part of the
British, yeah,
world.
set them to sea.
But
Well, let's look at
yeah,
the post actually. Let's see if we can't find one.
so I saw here near the top the actual original poster, the OP said that she was afraid of the Bermuda Triangle and that she never came close to it. And that really reminded me that when I was younger, I had a lot of these fears. I'm sure a lot of people had probably the same thing of that just never came true. Like quicksand was supposed to be a big problem in my life.
Yeah, yeah,
Whirlpools, perhaps. So basically,
me
just
for
getting
sure. That's
trapped.
what
Yeah.
I'll play.
So the Bermuda Triangle always had this like air of mystery around it, of like, bro, you better hope you don't fly over, otherwise you're gonna get shot down by some
You're gonna
mystery
get
force.
shot down. You're gonna get. I always thought like, so I saw like Curse of the Black Pearl, the Pirates of the Caribbean. So
Hmm.
I imagined if you've sailed into the Bermuda Triangle, Davy Jones and them would come aboard your ship and handle you, and then they would just be like they went missing.
They went missing, and no one knows anything about that.
Are there are there other spots in the world that have superstition like that, or is like you don't like famous ones? Of course, there are other ones, but like
So not like cemeteries and stuff.
not like cemeteries, but like a place where it's like if you go here, you're done for. You know,
I mean, flat earthers would say the ice wall.
Mount Everest.
Mount Everest.
If you go here, you're done for.
I mean,
That's pretty.
I was saying flat
That's
earthers
fair.
think that if you go to the ice wall, you just fall off the
The
planet.
ice.
So I guess for
Oh yeah.
them, maybe Antarctica or whatever the edge of the world means for them. That's probably a pretty scary place for them.
We fall. Wait, we would fall off the ice wall.
Have you not heard? Have you? Okay.
No, no. So okay, I'm asking: are we on the wall, or is there a
No, 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 no,
wall
no,
that
no. There's
we?
like a huge like
It's like a mesa,
ice.
right?
They think that we're in this kind of bowl thing, right?
A
And we have
bowl.
this huge wall around the planet that is like blocking stuff in. Listen, any flat earthers, I'm probably butchering the explanation, but good. But also, they think that if you go to the ice wall and climb up and do whatever, if you fall off, you're just cooked basically. You just fall
Yeah,
off the earth, yeah.
that'd be
But no,
fire though.
that would be fire. Yeah, just floating in
They
space for
got
like a good half a
wingsuits. They got
second.
the Black Ops wingsuits now. You could hop in the. Go to
Do-
Agartha, because the outside of it is like Agartha and the ether, right? They
is
got
it?
weird names for
I
their.
don't,
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
pretty
know
sure.
what's going on with flat
I've
earthers.
seen
I
like a
can't lie.
map. I've
Oh,
seen,
you have you.
I've seen the map.
This
I've seen
great,
the map.
yeah, this great website. You got to go check it out.
That's
But
funny. So
I don't
Bermuda
think
Triangle
I don't think so. No, I think the Bermuda Triangle is really.
is
Can you think
unique.
of any? I can't really think of any other places that are like, don't.
No,
I mean, there's some places that
don't
have like
go
some
here.
cool names, like the Red Sea or the
Somalia.
Somalia. No.
Don't go here.
Hey, hey.
Don't go here. Okay, moving on.
No, not I'm sure our Somali
Okay,
viewers.
I see the one. We love our Somali viewers. It's just jokes. The world ending in 2012 is what this
Oh
guy said.
yeah,
I
no,
can't. I can't pronounce his username, but that's a pretty good one.
that is a
I
good one.
remember
Yeah,
standing out. I remember it being that like 11:45 at night, and I was like looking out my main living room window and just like taking it all in
like
just in case. Just in case the orbital laser powered on and we got cooked.
Well, because of the Mayan calendar, right? That's why. That's why it was right.
I think so. Yeah, the
Because I
Mayan
think the Mayan
calendar.
calendar ended in 2012, or was it 2010? 2000? I don't remember. I remember the one thing about that was super funny was at my school we had this music class, and the day before it was supposed to end, right? Or like maybe the week. I'm not sure. Like, but the days leading up to it, the day before it happened, we were in our music class with this teacher, and we were playing like on the not the accordion, the what's it called? The little whistle, the little blow thing, the
A flute? The
cross
harmonica,
buns. No, the
the kazoo, the flute, or
recorder,
a
the
recorder,
recorder, the
a
recorder.
recorder.
Yes,
Or,
thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
We were like, practicing the recorder, and our teacher made like a very unfunny joke. He was like, "You guys better do good. We're all dying this weekend or the tomorrow."
He's
And
like, yeah,
everyone like kind of
what?
like everyone like looked up because like being as young as we were, I didn't know, at least, it sounded like you had some
Yeah.
introspective thoughts on the world ending, but I didn't know that it was supposed to end that night. I was
You're like,
I was too
whoa.
busy causing
Yeah.
ruckuses and Red Robins and whatnot. But
Did your
I
parents know about it? Anything?
oh my parents didn't believe that. They were
They,
asleep by
yeah.
9. They were asleep by
Well,
yeah.
you
If the
should. Well,
world
you
was
should have
ending, they
went
did not
home.
care.
You should have went home that day, and you'd be like, "My teacher told us I'm gonna die tomorrow. We're all gonna die tomorrow."
That
Get
would
the
have got some good.
resource officer paying him a visit next day. It was a joke. I
You
was
don't
just
get it.
playing. Yeah,
2012. 2012. Come on. Wait.
2012.
Was it the 2011 like December 31st leading into it? Like
No,
was it the
yeah,
day that it ended, or like
yeah.
the
It was,
two?
it was New Year's 2012.
Okay, well
Yeah,
then the funny thing is
right.
that yeah, no, that definitely that must
Okay.
have been sitting with me for 2 weeks because winter break leading into the new year, I would have had at
Yeah.
least like a week and a half before, like after school had ended for the term, of just sitting on like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die this the
Dad, I don't want to
31st.
go back to school. Can I transfer? I don't want to go back to music class.
He keeps saying weird stuff. He says not to tell our parents at home. It's a bad
The
stuff.
sink garbage disposal. I'm scared about that thing just naturally.
Oh,
I
is
always
that you
fear
leading
that.
into our?
Yeah,
Is that
I'll
is
just
that the
figure
lead in?
out.
Okay.
I mean, well, if you want to keep talking
No,
about the
no,
2012,
no. Feel
I like the John Cusack movie. He's cool. They don't give him many jobs today. Um, the sink garbage disposal. I'm scared to reach my hand down it. Period.
well. Why
Like
do
I
you?
can I can see. Well, sometimes stuff gets in there and it's not supposed to get in there.
Okay.
Brussels sprouts. You can't put
Oh,
Brussels sprouts in your garbage disposal.
what? Really?
Or no, you can't. It'll mess it up. Or
Oh.
the other stuff. um, but like when I have to get down there, I'm eyeing the switch
Mhm.
just in case a supernatural force flicks it.
Yeah, a
So,
ghostly hand reaches
I'm not
across.
crazy,
Stop!
guys.
Stop! No,
Yeah,
yeah, I do. I agree because so we lived together when we were going to college, and we had uh, a disposal in like the apartment we lived at, right?
yeah.
And somehow, the sink always got filled up, and spoons and forks would slide into the hole, and you'd have to go down and reach down. But I remember like reaching down, and Davion. Okay, bleeping out the name of the person. One of our
That's
roommates.
twice we've done that. Okay.
One of our roommates came over, and like started messing with me. Like I would reach down to grab like a fork, and he would like reach for the switch. I'm like, is
Yeah.
something a joke
Reach
to
for
you?
the
Is something
switch.
funny to you? I
That's crazy.
I don't know what I would do, but I think I would genuinely light him up and slam his head into
Yeah.
the. I mean,
You'd
I would be
slam him. You
screaming.
throw him out. Well, our go-to was always we'd throw him out the window because we had this huge facing window off the side of our building. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, and us
There's no
being
safety at all.
larger men, the BBT and
Yeah,
all.
it would be easy. It's like the Fresh Prince when they throw Jazz out the house when Uncle Phil does. I don't know
Yeah,
if you watch Fresh
yeah,
Prince.
yeah.
It's like that. No, dude, that guy. I don't know if you know why our garbage disposal sucks so much. It was because like,
Did he
okay,
do
we were
something?
in that apartment for 2 years, and early on, I think probably in the first year, he was like, "We need to go to the Asian market and get oysters."
Oh no!
Because
Oh my!
he wanted to give it, like he wanted to serve oysters to us for
I do
whatever.
remember this.
It was
Yeah,
good. They were
they were
good.
good.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
obviously.
It was delicious actually, but some of it got down in the drain, and that doesn't get out.
No.
So every time for the next probably year and a half, if you turn it on, it's the horrible, most awful,
Like
yeah, oyster shell sound.
I do remember that. I didn't know that he just let some slide. I thought we had
I don't
prepared
know
them
if he let
outside.
it happen, but it was because of him. He was the oyster pusher.
The oyster pusher. Okay. No, I just yeah. There's uh, love for that guy. Love. If he's
Yeah,
listening.
the love.
Okay, let's go through else. Ooh, okay. This one can actually bring us into a lot of stuff. This one, CBD9779. We've just not been not saying the users, but it doesn't really matter. Says someone living in my attic. Now, I
Mm,
was a fearful child. I was a very fearful child. I remember one time watching an episode of the Twilight Zone, the old black and white show with my parents, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
one not even scary episode, right? You know how some of them are more like jump scary and some of them are more whoa, what if? And it was one of those like what if ones. And I don't know what happened, but it scared me to smithereens.
The
And I was
smithereens. Wow.
yes, and I this is all leading back to me being a fearful child, but I was crying in my room because I was so scared. And you know what? Maybe some other people have had the same stuff. My dad bursts in, red eyed, clearly like not sleeping because of me, and he
Oh, whoa.
says, he says, you know, a little bit more oomph in his voice, but he says, if you don't stop crying, I'm gonna give you something to cry about.
That's crazy.
I think this show is
But
gonna just
you
be
stopped.
me
But you
dropping
stopped
stuff.
crying though.
I
Yeah.
did stop crying. I did stop crying.
And you stopped crying. Yeah, my dad when I was. It's the trauma dump.
Uh,
Um,
but you know, ever
someone in
since
the
then, I've never
attic, someone
cried.
in my walls. Yeah, or else I have to just give you something to cry about.
You had the
Someone in my wall. We should live in one of our homies' walls and
and just lie.
it's just like just gang stalk them. That'd be cool. Or okay, something I would be afraid of is like the thing. Like if at some point you just got replaced and
Oh
I've just been
yeah.
talking to an imposter, or I've just been replaced, and I'm bringing this up to diffuse your suspicions.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Imagine if I was the thing.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah, he
crazy.
wouldn't say it. Yeah, he wouldn't say it if it was
The
the
thing would
thing.
never say the
That's
thing.
not
Yeah.
something the thing would bring up. He doesn't acknowledge it.
Suspiciously thinged size dude I'm talking to. I think that'd be fun. I think another big thing was. Uh, did you ever have like you lived in a one story, right?
Yeah, one story.
Okay. My house is two stories, but one of them is beneath the ground. So like the top layer, the top level, isn't like two stories above the ground. It's a base layer, and then it's kind of like beneath the ground for the second one. For like
It's not like a basement. It's like a sub level type.
it's not a basement. It's a whole other like level beneath the floor,
Yeah,
beneath the ground, and I still to this day I hate walking down the stairs. I sleep, you know, in the the dirt place. I sleep in the dirt room, but I get super scared anytime I turn on the lights that I will just see someone poke their head around and look at me.
that's
It,
crazy.
yeah, and I still get scared. You know, I sometimes I'll bring food down and I'll have like a plate, maybe like a glass of something, maybe a second plate or a third plate of some sorts, a dessert plate maybe, and I'll be juggling this stuff around and I can't turn on the light, so I have to just like Mother Mary, you know, do the rosary
Yeah,
across my
please,
chest and hopefully,
please protect
yeah.
me and my plate.
As I make this treacherous
Yeah,
trek downstairs. No, yeah. So my house is spooky. It seems
that's
like your
crazy.
house is not as spooky,
I'd be
but
well. There's a hallway. There's a hallway stretch, and it's if we're not on like a public road, right? So there's no lights surrounding us. So if we turn off our lights, it's dark.
uh huh.
So it's just walking around the house at night. It's like, oh yeah, the demon right over my shoulder is watching me. Of course, of
Uh-huh.
course, there's that. But I've never had like this the ominous stairs that you have. I'd be more scared to fall down those MFers, dude.
Oh no,
Have
I
you
have,
ever done
I have,
it?
I have many
Yeah, I would
times.
be so mad. That's my biggest fear is falling downstairs because it's the worst experience ever.
No, I
I did
definitely
that
have.
at work. I did okay. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but I did that at work. I fell down a couple weeks ago, and then I
What?
told the people, I was like, "Please don't tell them." It was like,
What?
like
They're
don't
gonna
say
fire me.
that.
They're
Well,
gonna
because no,
fire me.
it's like a bunch of paperwork, and I straight up did not want to deal with it because it's silly. It's a stupid rule.
Ugh.
Anyways, that's I made that all up. That didn't happen.
That, oh
Um,
yeah, no, of course not. No, I do have another a kind of funny, not actually not funny, kind of sad, falling down story from when I was a child. So we moved to the place I'm at now.
mhm.
When I was 3, right?
Yep.
And at 3, you know, I was already pretty active, and we have this little like brick corner in like a part of the house where it's like a step up. It's only one step. It's not big at all. Maybe it's a place that you would put like a TV, you know, like
Yeah.
it's a centerpiece that you would put a TV, and it's a little brick stage essentially. And as my parents were like walking around with the realtor, I was doing like a little dance, like "Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey." You know, like
You're doing it, yeah,
on the
Jake.
brick, yeah.
Yeah.
And they come around, and I don't say like, "Look what I can do," but I'm like, "Look, look!" And I try to like backflip off the brick, and I split my head open. Like
Oh,
I split my head open at 3, yeah. And
that's
so
crazy.
I was rushed to the hospital. The realtor, you know, was apologizing. The parents were like, "No, it's just our stupid ass son. You know, like what could you have
Yeah,
possibly done?"
yeah,
And well, we bought the house. You know, I guess if
yeah.
you break it, you buy it. You know, if you
He
put
got the
blood on it,
commission. He got the sale. That's how you. Yeah, that's how you close.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
You
hilarious.
lead the kid over to the brick place and
Yeah.
make sure he does a little backflip
So,
off it. A big one for
or
me.
something I don't like.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, you go ahead.
I was gonna say
I
when I.
did.
Oh my god,
I'm sorry.
a good one.
Please continue.
I have a good one that will lead actually into a really good story. Is public embarrassment.
Uh huh.
Ooh,
Public
I
embarrassment.
think public embarrassment and public shame is like obviously you know it's a really huge fear. Like that one's not unreasonable. It comes from like a societal fear, like an ingrained fear to like be othered, you know. So that one's
Yeah.
not that crazy. But I bring this up literally mostly just to tell this story. You know, I'm sure Matt can talk about public embarrassment after this. My coworker told me about this story. He came into work one day, like recently, like last week, and he, you know, he was holding his back. I was like, "You good, dude?" He was like, "No, dude, I got messed up." I was like, "What? What happened?" He's a part of this jujitsu club, right? This or ring. What do you call it? It's just like a practice thing, club, I guess.
MMA. Yeah, like
A
a
jiu-jitsu
yeah
club, yeah. And
martial
so
art
martial arts
training.
club, yeah, training.
Yeah.
And apparently in jiu-jitsu, or I guess really any like sparring match, you tell the other person like, "Hey, I have a bad like ankle, I have a bad back. Don't do this, don't do that," right? To, you know, protect both
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah. Just yeah for
Common
safety.
respect. He sets this up like, you know, we have a lot of common respect in the sport because it's a very dangerous thing to do, obviously.
Yeah.
So he tells the other guy like, "Hey, I have a bad back. Don't be messing with it, right?" And the guy's like, "Of course, I will not do anything wrong." Grown man, like 30ish, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And halfway through the match, this is what he says. He explains that the guy somehow got his back and then full on WWE RKO'd him over his head.
Crazy.
And apparently, like, everyone was like, "Oh!" like,
Oh yeah.
like, everyone in the club was like, "Oh!"
Yeah.
And,
The worst pain this guy's ever experienced.
and
That's what
I,
they do in MMA
oh,
too.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
maybe they're just getting ready for the real thing because they do backflips and stuff
Oh, yeah.
while they're having seizures.
I've
That's
seen that. I
crazy.
have seen that. But I told him, I was like,
Yeah,
"Dude, on your manhood," and you know, I'm not like a big like you gotta be a big macho man, but in this one case, on your manhood, you have to go back to that place and peel that motherfucker's muffin cap back blue, dude. You have to. You have to peel his muffin cap back blue. You have to
that's
go back and
crazy.
avenge yourself because
That's
you can't
fair.
let that
That's
slide.
I don't know if I could live with myself if I got Mortal Kombat X-rayed on in front of the sparring club, in front of the light
Oh,
training club. Yeah,
Ugh.
that
And
would be crazy, dude.
he got messed up so bad that he had to like take a day off of work. You know, You know, if he's listening, love, I'll see you later
Yeah.
today, I'm sure. But he
Hope
got
you-
absolutely mollywopped in the ring, and now he has to go back and get his get back because I would not let that slide. What would you do if let's say you know if someone were able to pick both of us up, you know, if someone were
Body
physically able
slammed me
to,
to the ground.
and someone RKO'd you, what would you do
I
like to get
really
your get back?
to get the easiest thing would just be to jump him. We just go, we would find him, you and me. It doesn't matter who it
Like
happened to.
you'd call me like I have a job for
Yeah,
this.
2-man operation, and then we would have to do a stakeout probably.
Find his schedule. We would have to
Yeah,
find
the
his schedule.
schedule, and then we would. I think it's only right to do it back to him.
RKO him. Yeah.
Right.
So one person, the person that's like not really involved, either me or you, will get in front. You know, maybe knock him out. I think that'd be the best way. You know, knock him out and then set up the RKO for when he wakes back up. You know.
They'll just be they'll just be the assister, and then and then you get your one. It's like
You know, like the stereotypical like wake up in like a scary room, like tied to a chair,
what?
like in movies. You know, like imagine like you get jumped
Yeah.
and like get him, and the person will wake
Yeah.
up in like you know like a dirty, dingy dungeon.
They don't know where they are.
They don't know where they are. You know, the rag
very,
in their hands, rag in their
there's a
mouth.
mouse.
There's a squeaking. I think that, but instead he wakes up in a fully functional and furnished MMA gym where the moment he opens his eyes, the other person immediately does what he was meant to do and RKO his ass back. Because I told him, I was like, dude, you know, you had two options. You can either peel his metaphorical muffin cap back blue, or you have to get a gun and you have to go shoot him.
That's crazy.
I was like, there's
That's
only
great.
really
Well,
two
some
options.
people do that.
I told
Some
him,
people do
no.
that. Some people do some real crash outs. They were talking about that on Twitter. It's like because they use the term crash out for anything
For
mild.
anything, trust me.
Oh
I
yeah,
know.
bad day at work. I'm gonna crash out.
Yeah.
And then someone quote tweeted it, and they're like you'll know a real crash out when you see it. It's like my daddy saw his ops in the corner store, and he shot them on sight, and he said, "Aha, gotcha!" while he was doing it. He's like, he's still in jail. He's like,
Gotcha.
I can. He's like, I can say this because they found him guilty.
Oh my god.
He's
Oh
like,
my
yeah,
god.
that is a real crash out. You're right. I don't do anything close to that.
I guess you know the closest.
Ah, found you.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, like I'm not a huge crash out. I might think of stuff. You know, I might think of doing bad stuff,
That's
but
yeah.
I'm
But
I'm
that's
a
probably
nice
what you
guy.
would have to do if someone RKO Bane, the Dark Knight,
Finished you.
mind snapped you. Yeah, that seems like a proper response.
Because clearly you can't
Awesome.
beat him in hand to hand.
No, because that's crazy to do that to someone, especially in a sparring match.
In a
where you're
spar
like,
match where he told you
you're
not to
just
do
chilling.
that.
You're like, yeah, I'll do my finishing move on you, bro. It's cool.
Yes.
It's fine.
Yeah.
First, okay, on to something a little less violent.
Okay.
I don't like. So when I was little,
When I was a boy.
when I was a boy, they called me the juice box.
Yeah. Okay.
And now I'm the drink. So in Walmart, they have those things in the checkout aisle where they mount the grocery bags.
Okay.
And
Okay. I'm confused where this could
it-
even possibly go.
It's a
Yeah.
spinning carousel. You know what I mean? It
Okay.
holds like. You know what I'm talking about.
I
though,
know.
right?
I'm just confused where
Yeah.
this could possibly go.
So it
Okay.
spins. Well, it spins and it has these metal things that hold the bag for you to grab.
Okay.
So the main part is that it spins. It's on like a bearing. So when I was little, I would, while we were checking out, spin that thing as fast as like I could,
Oh my god.
because I found it fun. And my mom told me one time, she was like, you should stop doing that because you're going to like hit yourself. Because I was at a perfect eye level with metal prongs that stuck out.
Is this why you wear glasses
And I was-
now? Is this
No,
why-
it's not why I wear glasses, but I'm sure it's a contributor. And so I was like, you don't know what you're talking about, dude. And so I kept spinning it and spinning it and spinning it. And I don't know, maybe I'm just, because I'm a child, I don't know how to just stand still, but I lean in a bit more and I drill myself in the eye. And these
Oh.
things can get up to speed. They can
Yeah,
get
I
up to speed,
know.
and they're
Yeah,
heavy. They're
yeah,
metal. So I absolutely explode my face pretty much, and I'm crying. And my mom, rightfully, she had no reaction
yeah.
because
I
she
wouldn't feel
not
bad for you either.
not
This is the second time in this episode where you've been like, "My mom told me not to do something." I was like,
yeah,
I'm doing that shit," and then you've
yeah.
paid the consequences.
That's how you learn. And well, I never did that again. And every time I'm in Walmart, I give that thing a little dirty side look, man, because
You have
those
bad
hurt.
memories.
Those hurt. I can tell you with firsthand experience, those hurt.
It sounds like you need to. Did you ever do this when you'd grow up? You know, even now too. If an inanimate object would like hurt you, like either stub your toe on something or like maybe you bang your head, would you ever hit it back?
I would break the thing if I didn't
Oh
need
my,
it.
oh,
I would like render it useless. Just be like,
jeez,
I
that's
have dominion over you.
you Xbox
you,
controller.
yeah. Well, no, I needed that, but like little stupid. Okay, like um, if a pen wasn't where a pencil wasn't working as I intended it to, it would be broken
Oh my
because
god,
I don't know.
jeez.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
don't do it that much
I thought
anymore.
mine
But
was crazy, but
sometimes when stuff doesn't work right, I'll just
I didn't.
stop using it permanently.
That did you kill small animals too when you were
No,
growing up?
that's not even that you can't even compare that. It's inanimate breaking the things I pay for versus what your homie does.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
Versus what my homie does.
Yeah.
Now I have this other entry, but this one's not funny. So this one's a little bit too real. So we'll be switching this one, skipping on past it. Ooh, demons and devils. Did you believe in that?
No.
No.
Did you? You were like semi-religious.
I yeah. Growing up, I was religious, and I think obviously me explaining that I was already a fearful child, it certainly didn't help. But in the room I slept in as a child, I still haven't been up there to this day. But I learned one night that in my closet, I have this little like port to go up to this attic that I've never been to,
Oh.
and that messed me up bad. Cause like my dad was like, "Oh yeah, like yeah, don't let the date like don't let someone come down from the attic." I'm like, I was like, "What?
What?
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 Yeah, what?" And so he showed me. He showed me that little port. He like I popped my head up there. He like lifted me up, and I like in my head I was like, "Dad, you should not have told me this, dude. This is this will do damage to my sleep. Thank you, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think the really demons and devils and ghouls never scared me. One thing that got me bad though was dolls. Ooh,
Oh.
I hate a doll.
Did you watch the
R.L.
what is it,
Stein.
Conjuring or whatever? R.L. Stein, Goosebumps. But like when you were young, did you see the like Annabelle?
I never watched any of those movies. Literally just seeing Chucky and seeing Annabelle in the trailer. I think for Annabelle, there's this scene where you know how they'll do it where like something will like step at you and then like it'll come way too quick at you, like you would not have suspected it, and it's already in
Yeah,
your face. And Annabelle
yeah.
did that, I think, as the doll or something like that, and that put me on edge for weeks. I would anytime I would get scared like super bad, and my dad was feeling okay for letting me do it, I would set blankets up on my parents' floor, and I would just sleep in this little like nest thing that I would make on the floor because I was like, I need protection. Keep in
Like an
mind,
animal.
like an animal, yes, yeah.
he,
I'd
he
be
wouldn't
setting
let
up.
you up on the bed.
No, they would not let me
I
up
can't
on the
even sleep
bed.
at your heels. I can't even curl up at the base of your bed.
Yeah, I'd lick their feet to wake them up, but it
You,
would.
yeah, you sleep on concrete.
Yeah, no, I was definitely scared of dolls. Like the R.L. Stein one, the one where have you seen that?
Um, I can't remember it, but I probably have.
The episode like basically this girl gets this doll and the doll slowly like turns into a human, I think, and like tries to take over the girl's life. That itself scary enough for me, when I was a kid. At
Yeah,
this point, I think I've definitely developed my scary sense. I enjoy horror movies now. I enjoy listening to a lot of scary stuff. But when I was younger, I could not handle it. And right around that time, my sister got an American Girl doll, and I was not FWing it at all. I
Yeah.
was at all. The bathroom downstairs, I have to go through her room, right? And she would always have this doll like either standing in a corner or like sitting on a shelf ready to be played with, you know? So I
Yeah.
would have to like wade through her room and, flashlight on my phone up or just like, just like piecing how to walk. And very often I would see that thing looking at me and I would have like humongous heart jumps. I hated that thing. I wish I could do what they did in the R.L. Stein video and just like stomp it out and like burn it. But
Burn it. Yeah.
obviously you're not allowed to do that growing up with
Yeah,
your
one night, yes, your brother did what?
yeah. He
Yeah.
peeled that
Dumpster
doll's muffin
fire,
cap
yeah, bonfire, crucifix, fire burning of your doll,
of my
of your American
Girl
Girl doll. Okay,
Oh,
did it carry the same like sinister weight? Okay, because like Annabelle as a doll is scary. It has like a faded like porcelain color and it's like red rosy cheeks.
yeah.
American Girl dolls, I think, are a little less
It looked like her though.
ominous looking. It looks like her. They
Yes.
recreated it for the
Well,
little for the
they have like the
2010 children.
archetypes. Like they have like the white child with blonde hair, and then they have like the brown child with brown hair, and they have the
Yeah,
green child with green hair, and and so they got the closest looking one, and for how young she was, looked
was this
very similar.
intentional to
Oh
scare
yeah,
you?
no, not intentional
Oh
to scare
yeah.
me. It was intentional to like for her to have it that looked like her, for her to have a friend
Oh
or a friend
yeah.
in that at least. Yeah, so
Okay.
hated dolls. Did you or did you? I mean, like
No,
you didn't really have to deal with dolls
Um,
too much, did you?
no, I didn't have no my. There was no dolls in my house when I was growing up. I don't think I had any ghost things. What I was afraid of more so was like an intruder, like just some dude that's like coming onto the area I live. He's like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna assault this one house specifically.
There's a young boy in here that needs to have a lesson taught to him.
Yeah, so I would think about like what I would have to do or what I kept like a bat near my like that would do anything to the
Yeah,
axe murderer.
yeah.
Just in
The
case I have to. Yeah,
the
or like
10-year-old child with a bat.
when we started playing Rainbow Six, I was like maybe I could make a bomb like
Trap.
tripwire bomb to go up
That's
for
not
the
good because
intruder.
I know you well enough to know that you would blow that house up by accident
I
at
would
least
trip,
once.
yeah, I would trip the bomb. I would walk over. Oh, it goes off. Um, Even today, I was looking like earlier this week. I was like, like maybe I should get a shotgun. I can like rig it
What?
to
What? You're not the
because
Terminator.
when
You don't need a shotgun.
no, well, you don't want a pistol because it's gonna blow through your house, or so the internet tells me because I'm such an expert.
What do you mean blow through
So
your
you get a
house?
shotgun. Well, a pistol round will penetrate through the walls of your house because it has more energy than
But
like
like,
drywall
but
or
if we're
whatever
at
your house
the
is built out of.
if we're at the point of axe murder, do your walls needing like some spatulaing really matter too much?
Okay, well, think about it. Would you rather have if there's an axe murderer coming? Would you rather have like a 9 millimeter pistol or like a 12 gauge shotgun? Like that's gonna blow his head move off.
I feel like if I shot a shotgun, like being okay, you have to set the scene too. You wake up middle of the night, you see the axe murder, you grab the shotgun, apparently right next to your bed. Horrible gun
Yeah,
keeping
above
habit,
my
but
headstand. Yeah,
yeah,
unsecured above my headstand.
yeah. And so
Small
you
children in the
grab it.
house.
It's already preloaded. Safety's off, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you shoot him in that moment, your body's not ready. Your body's not awake. You are gonna destroy your arm, and also if you don't get him in that one try, he's getting you because you're gonna have the
What do you
craziest kickback
mean
of your life. You're gonna have
of my life? I
crazy
don't think
kickback.
I don't think it's gonna be that bad. Okay, well then maybe we could do like a 20 gauge, like a smaller thing, and I can make it like I could like saw it off like a felony.
You are
And
not the Terminator. You are not the Terminator.
That's why we need to make the Capcan explosive tripwire device. I don't even have to worry about
Your
it.
mom coming in to ask you if you wanted to anything for breakfast. Boo!
Yeah, boom. I set it on my own door in my room.
Oh
Don't come in.
no.
Don't.
Boys
um,
only.
I don't know, man. I think if you have a pistol, I don't know how much ammo's in the middle, like 15 shots. You think
Is
you're
that
gonna
is that
hit?
not
Like,
enough for you?
how many are you gonna hit? Plus,
What kind
like,
of
what if
ops
he's
do you have?
standing?
Do you
What
have
if he's
like is
standing?
Batman?
What if,
Is
no. Okay, you're not hitting every single one of those. You're missing. Genuinely, you are missing like 7 to 8
I
of
am
them.
not
Probably.
in my room.
You are. You
The
are. You're scared. There's an axe murderer in your house. He's coming at you specifically. You're gonna freak out,
but you
and you're
say
gonna
you have
miss.
the Spaz 12. It's gonna do wonders.
Yes, dude. You get the. It doesn't have to be a pump action. It'd be like a semi-automatic one.
I think I
I
would
think that would be
choose
better than a
a
pistol.
golden
I think,
a golden eagle.
bro, you are not Valorant. You're not gonna one tap this dude
I
off
am
rip.
going to. I don't have to. I don't have to one tap him. The thing would blow his body up if it hit him one time to the
It's also
point.
gonna break your wrists, as
And
you
the
say.
Spaz 12 would not.
If you shoulder it to reduce the recoil.
In the moment of the axe murderer charging you, you're not going to think of good gun
I'm gonna
keeping
okay.
habits.
You prepare however you want, and then one night maybe I pay you a visit, and then we we sort this out. I
Okay,
actually try to
are
axe
you
murder
going to
you.
have your Spaz 12? Or are you going to have your axe with
No,
you?
I'll have my axe, and then you can just you can try.
I mean, okay, realistically, you would have to be a pretty bad axe murderer for me to even wake up, though. That's the problem with like having a lot of this like home intruder stuff. Is like I know myself well enough. I'm sleeping through that. I'm sleeping
That's
through that.
also a problem.
He's
Yeah, I'm
walking
not.
up to my bed and
I'm,
he's like,
I'm,
"Dude,
yeah,
really?
unfortunately.
You not even hear me at all when your parents
Like
are
the
screaming or
Terrifier.
nothing?"
You remember the Terrifier where it just starts and he's just walking through their house, it's chill, and he's just axe murdering them.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a very low key occasion.
yeah. No, I would not wake up, and that I
I
think
would,
that's
yeah,
the biggest problem. So maybe you do need the explosive to go off if
need
he enters your room. Yeah,
the
because
automatic sentry gun.
um yeah, Matt, we got something in the mail today. It seems like a a sentry turret. Why did you buy this? Mom, you're gonna you will not regret this. When one day we need this, we will have it. So, although to be fair, if God forbid, either one of us, I have my pistol, you have your Spaz 12 above your bed, right?
Yeah,
If we succeed, we are vindicated for the rest of our life.
that's true. We're right. We proved that we were right.
Yes, yeah. Like, it only takes one time. It really only does take one time.
I would just rush. I don't know if any gun would do any good, but yeah, because like you said, I would just bum rush you.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I have like peeker's advantage and I know where your room is. I would just run down like immediately. Like
Just me?
this
Not even my family, just me?
same thing as screen cheating, I guess, where I just knew where I had to go already. Like, oh, not fair, dude. We
Okay,
needed to go into a different house.
to be fair, I would, to be fair, if the person that is invading my home bursts open my front door and then immediately sprints down to my room, I
Yeah,
would
he had
not,
vision. How did they know that I was down there?
I probably would not have a chance anyways, What kind of fears do you have now? Like anything like silly fears, like not like,
I
do you
drive.
fear
Oh,
of
silly
cancer?
fears.
Yeah, silly
This is so
fears, yeah.
silly. Oh, well, I drive a smaller car. It's a compact utility vehicle. Whenever I'm in like a one-way road, I'm like, if any trucker just decides
Have a
to
bad
have,
day.
yeah, to just veer into the other lane, then there's nothing I could even, not even like a semi truck, like someone's lifted Dodge will destroy me. It'll atomize
The
me.
lifted F one
So,
fifty would kill you,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, because it's a cool car because you get good mileage and it's fast, but it's not a cool car because if anything happens to it, something's also happening to me.
I have the exact same thing. I am in a Prius, and I know that I'm simply the shrimp of the metaphorical ocean of the sea.
Yeah,
I am bottom of
it's
the food
especially
chain.
It especially sucks for you because where we live, it's a lot of the
Trucking
coal
people.
rolling, lifted,
Yeah, a lot of coal
dram,
rollers over
hemi,
here.
yeah, the hemi, the dually.
Lot-
Uh, it's a lot of those people, and they don't really care about
they do
other
not. They in fact
drivers.
dislike me. I would say
Yeah,
because I have a sticker on the back of my of my car, and they see the Prius with a sticker. I know certain words would flash through their head, and they would have no problem
yeah,
getting
especially
those probably four back tires, the doubled up back tires, and just rolling over the top of
roll up
me.
like a tank.
Yeah, like a tank,
It's getting
just
crushed
crushing
inside.
me. Yeah.
They could do that. They're ridiculous in here
Oh
sometimes.
no, they are. Yeah, they absolutely are. But you were telling me,
Um,
tell me about at least tell them about when you were driving through Vegas on the like you said, the
oh,
one way. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so when I got accepted into a university and it was up the western coast of the United States. So I had to drive through Nevada to get there. There's an interstate through California, but I wanted to do the scenic route my first time there. The problem is, those state routes turn into like one way, single uh, what do you call it? Single lane roads where it's nothing dividing
It's
you.
you in the open road,
And,
and then
and yeah, it's literally the 15-foot stretch of road and two cars can fit on it, and one's going one way and the one's going the other. So I'm driving through this area, and this is I don't know where it's at, but it's like a salt flat. It looks like a salt flat, and it's just like pure straight flat desert. There's nothing to prevent wind from like hitting you. It's wide open. So it was, I guess, a normal day. I don't know. But like I'm struggling to keep my car straight because these gusts are coming at me insanely fast and frequently. So I'm it's to the point where I'm like constantly keeping my steering wheel a little turned to the left because if I just kept it
the
straight, it
gust
would
of
veer
wind
me
is
off.
tearing you
It
off
would
the
veer me
road.
off the road. And what was worse was the trucks, the semi trucks that used that route that went by. Their whatever you call it, their backwind, um, from driving so fast, like the gust of wind that follows after them would shake my vehicle.
Were you by
So
yourself or were you with your parents? 'Cause I know you guys took two
I was
cars.
my dad. Yeah, my dad was up ahead, and I was in there with my mom. So I was kind of tweaking because I was responsible for not
Both of your
exploding me
lives,
and
yeah.
also my mom. Yeah.
You know how crazy it would be, like just seeing that happen, like to your dad's car too. Like the truck just boom, oh,
Boom!
likely
Atomized.
story.
Yeah,
You
that
likely
was crazy.
likely you wouldn't survive either. Because I'm guessing you're not that
How
far
was my
behind him.
driving? Yeah, rate my driving.
Because if he did hit your dad, he would have hit you then too. And
Yeah, it's not, and yeah, and these people don't do like lane discipline. You're supposed to keep a certain amount of distance between yourself and like other cars or whatever. And if you see someone coming, even if it's really far away, you don't pass into the other lane to pass because that's the only way you get around the other trucks is
yeah,
going into the opposing lane. So these guys don't care. So they do it whenever, and several times. I think two or three times on that trip, I had to stop my car and veer off the side of the road
oh
because a trucker misjudged the distance he had to me,
my,
and if I didn't stop, I would have been vaporized by by this dude in my lane.
and it would have been your
So
fault too, buddy, because that was his
yeah,
road.
so it's longer, but after that, I always took the California Interstate because I would rather not be um, absolutely destroyed on my way home for like Christmas break or something
Yeah,
because those dudes do not care.
I have a funny question for you. Were you ever even scared of getting kidnapped?
Uh,
Because
no,
I'll here
man, I don't think.
before I get yours. Because the reason I ask is I was a little bit okay. Very serious issue. Human trafficking, not a very serious issue. I was a little bit too large for any of the kidnappers
No
to
one,
want
no
to get
one,
me.
no
Nobody
one.
wanted me. Yeah.
Yeah, what? Yeah, like, well, I don't think it had any value on the human market.
No, absolutely not. And also, I had this idea, this stupid idea from like when I was 10 or 12. I was like, and I can beat up the human trafficker anyways. And,
Yeah, and
and I
I
would
can
not
get
have.
away from them.
And I would not have.
No,
They would have got me. They would have
with the
peeled
taser.
my muffin cap back blue, in fact, actually.
Like, oh wait, I'm 5'3" and 6".
I'm five
Oh,
three and 200 pounds. How I can't I can't fight myself off.
yeah. Oh wait, what do you mean? Yeah.
What do you mean
What do you mean
he
I'm
picked me
losing this
up?
fight?
What do you mean he RKO'd me in front of everybody? What are you talking
No,
about?
I was never scared, and everyone was like, "Beware the ice cream man" or whatever. I was like, man, like I don't
Is
think
it
he
still
wants
good?
anything to do. I don't think he wants. Yeah, I don't think he wants anything to do with me.
This is why
One
anything to do with
SpongeBob,
me, but also
yeah, one
are his
SpongeBob pop,
wares
please.
good?
Yeah,
Are
you
his
get the
wares good?
Spider-Man popsicle, and you get the SpongeBob with the gumball.
Uh-huh. The two gumballs and the Sonic one. Did you I never had
Oh
to get
yeah,
one of those.
I didn't like the gumballs in those.
Well
I got it because it was SpongeBob, but I never enjoyed the gumball. It
well
was
that,
too
but also
chewy.
like
It was like chalky.
the shape. It never looked like it. It always looked like an
No, it was
amalgam
yeah.
of of the character it was supposed to be, you know?
It, I could see how it would make it like a kid sad just to see SpongeBob like that.
His face
That's not
melting.
how we. Yeah,
That's
he's
not
not
how he
supposed to look
looks.
that way.
It's kind of like
Oh,
the Nathan For You episode where the dog talking after he dies is like, "That's
I
not what he
died and
sounds."
went to heaven. That's not
Yeah,
how he
that's not
talks.
how he sounds. Well, it's too bad.
It is actually.
Let's think. Do I have any
Um.
fears now? I've kind of gained a fear.
Okay.
It's something funny. What's funny?
No. Okay. I was reading the post, and this guy started by saying, "I lived in NC, like North Carolina." So I was
Yeah.
just grazing over, and I thought he said his fear was North Carolina.
What
Yeah, that would be
was it?
scary too. Um, Sitting in the bathtub because I thought a shark would bite through the bottom.
Exactly. Exactly. When I
You
like I
were
said
reading?
earlier. No, no, no. But you know how I said earlier that the pool monster would find me. It's not
Yeah,
reasonable, but I was so scared that like a thing would come through and just
yeah,
absolutely demolish me, like the Mosasaurus does in like Jurassic World. I was convinced.
exactly like that.
Yes, exactly like that. And then they would never find me.
Exactly like that. Um, I don't like the spiders like under my toilet seat or something. I'm still scared about that. It was like some
What?
dude just chilling, like you know, like on Reddit sometimes it'll be like I found a snake in my toilet, or like there was the most deadliest spider ever like under my toilet seat, and they'll just be like chilling there because somehow that's how they end up
In the
there.
bathroom?
Yeah, in the bathroom in your toilet seat
Oh,
or
sure.
in
I'm
your
sure they
toilet.
just have, yeah, freaky ass spider, freaky ass snake. Oh,
Yeah,
poop on
spider.
me, pee on
Please
me.
don't. I'm in here. I'm in here. Ah,
Don't.
no.
Please stop. Don't poop
But
and
I'm
pee on
scared
me.
of that. Like a snake coming up and attacking you out of nowhere.
And for us, that's not completely unreasonable for where we live. I'll decide if I bleep out where we're from, but for us, that's not completely unreasonable. Little snake coming up through the pipe. Well, no, that's not even how that works though, because the water obviously gets flushed in like through a very small valve. I guess if a snake was already in the septic tank and then had like a way out and like slithered his way up through the
Yeah,
tube,
and the exit. Yeah,
yeah, maybe then. But yeah, no, I definitely do not like those types of animals now, like the creepy
yeah.
crawlies like
I
spiders
hate.
and snakes.
Yeah, I hate snakes. I
I
don't
hate
like the
God's
people either
creations.
that. I don't like the people either that are like my pet snake or my pet. Something that shouldn't be a pet.
Yeah,
That irks me.
they irk
Um,
you.
it irks me. I saw one. It's especially not reasonable for where we live, but I didn't know it because I didn't know my geography. Piranhas. I thought like swimming. So you could go if you drove like a half day. You would get to like the Colorado River,
Yeah.
and um, I would go like swimming in it or tubing in it or whatever. And I would always think like a school of piranhas would like make its way upstream, and they'd be like, "This child specifically."
This child is being eaten.
Yeah. So or like
Did you know they're actually
alligator.
like they're like not even dangerous unless like you bleed in the water, kind of like how sharks are too. Apparently, like, you can like swim with them. Like they're not like they're like the swirling around you and they leave nothing but the bones behind.
Yeah,
That's like not how they roll. Only if
or
like
just
they are
because
hungry and
you
also like bleed
can.
stuff.
Oh yeah, they don't actually do that unless you provoke them like crazy. It's completely safe and fine. I won't risk it. I
Oh
think I'll
no,
stay
absolutely
over
not.
here in
No,
the not piranha
the not
zone.
piranha area of the world. Yeah,
Yeah,
95% of the planet, probably.
or like alligators in freshwater too. I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
where alligators come from.
Louisiana.
Yeah, Louisiana, they got a
Yeah,
bayou.
yeah.
That's scary.
What time are we at?
Optimal educator says, "I'm afraid of the dark."
Well, that's gonna have to wait because we're already at 55 minutes, buddy. So sorry,
Oh,
optimal educator.
yeah, of the dark. Yeah,
Sorry, optimal
that's the
educator.
biggest.
Yeah,
Yeah, the biggest, most
sounds
scariest
tough,
topic.
buddy. Tough shit, but that'll be something for another
Wrap it
day.
up.
So yeah, so now we know how to. If there's any axe murderers, they want to test us. Feel free to walk into our room and get your
Feel free
head
to
peeled
try it.
back. Or perhaps if there's any dolls, you can scare
Come
me.
hunt him.
Or
Yeah, go hunt him.
if there's any moss that is listening to the channel, perhaps you want to slide underneath Matt's foot too.
Start growing on my scoop.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, we gotta go. I don't know how long your gameplay footage is.
it's
What is
enough.
it,
Yeah,
anyways?
it's
It's
enough.
Doom.
Yeah, we got some Doom stuff going on, and anyone that made it this far, you saw me go back, and I got the purple key, and I got my get back. I did it. I did it.
Okay,
All right, well, thank
bye
you,
bye.
everyone. Yes, thank you. Until next time, this is Big Boys Talk, and I'm a big boy.